I'm almost sitting here geeking out right now because I feel like I'm in almost the exact same position that you were in terms of being an athlete your entire life, studying, having a passion for business and kind of people and communications, and then finishing my time at Saint FX. And now I'm in this position where, okay, I'm not continuing on to play pro basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just I'm in this weird space like you described it. I think it's something that so many athletes struggle with um, when they finish playing their sport, because I mean, as an athlete, you're so competitive, and
Mm-hmm.
um, when you finish, you kind of lose that outlet for that kind of competitiveness. And I mean, obviously, for me, I've found the gym and fitness to kind of be that outlet for myself.
Yeah.
But I know that like just hearing your stories kind of like it's important to have some patience and comes along with it
For
when trying to
sure.
figure yourself through this kind of little stage.
And to just like be open, because the biggest thing for me is like I wanted to work in sports business. So ultimately I had landed where I wanted, and then I totally changed. Like I was open to the fact that maybe sports business and wasn't the side I wanted to be on. Maybe it was the basketball side. And so you got to be like very I did things in my career like went back to a job that I already had. Like I was an administrative assistant and then I went back to be an assistant again. Like most people would have looked at that and thought that was crazy. And it probably looks crazy on a resume, but ultimately it was like the best decision ever. Like I thought I learned a lot in that first stint. That second stint when I was working for Dave, and also Tim Lewicki at the time was our CEO, was like unbelievable. But logically it didn't make any sense. You
Right.
know what I mean? So it is important to like stay open and just really
Like that.
not tie yourself too hard to like one thing or the other, because like things are just gonna flow.
Did like you said, looking at that, it might seem crazy. Did anybody like say anything to you, or was anybody like, "What are you doing? Like, why would you do that?" And you were just kind of like, you just had to be like, "Man, like, don't like, I can't worry about what somebody might say to me."
Yeah, and I actually think it was more of like my own reservations. I'm like, am I really and it was only 8 months later. Like I had left that job 8 months ago and was like just hitting my stride in this new role and I was enjoying it. And there was a direction that was going that potentially could have given me more responsibility and stuff too. And I was kind of like, do I like am I really going back to a job that I already had and then I kind of like graduated from? So it was more like an internal thing for me, but ultimately it ended up being like the best decision ever, and I learned so much in that year and a half. It was crazy.
Thanks for tuning in to TOTFC podcast. If you liked it and you want to hear more, please share it with a friend, a family member, a teammate, or anybody. Like the video, consider subscribing to TOTFC podcast.